As you're discovering, connectors are really important in Visio. So what I want to do now is look at connectors in a little bit more detail. Let's start by creating a new presentation or a new drawing. If I click on File in the ribbon and I go for New, I could choose a blank drawing, but I might actually just go for a basic flowchart so that I get some basic flowchart shapes in my stencils. So I'll choose Basic Flowchart and click Create. Really what I want to do is add a number of shapes to this particular drawing. So I'm going to grab a decision and put a decision up here. I'm also going to grab a start end and perhaps put it over here. I might grab a process and put it over here, and grab a document and put it over here. Now let's have a look at connectors. When I go to the Home tab in the ribbon, we've used the connector tool quite a bit, but we need to explore it in more detail. When I click the connector tool, most of what we've done up till now is connect shapes by connection points. So I'll go from this connection point to say this connection point. And I'll go from this connection point to say this connection point. Now when we create a connector, by default we've got a right angle connector. What you have, I'll just put the pointer tool back on, is a connector here and a connector here. Now why it's a right angle is because if I pull, say, this midway point, and notice also that hollow fill is the beginning and that's the end of where I dragged. But if I pull this connection point here, it is a right angle connector, and then I start getting extra connection points. So I can drag this down a little bit, up a little bit, and I can control the points in which it elbows and bends. If I was to grab this connector, it's also a right angle connector, and I can control the points at which it bends also. Now the other thing you can do is you can change the connector from being a right angle connector with all these points to being either a straight connector or a curved connector. If you click on the Design tab in your ribbon, you actually have a Connectors button. And with this particular connector chosen, if I hit the Connectors button, I can change it from right angle to a straight line. And notice the little line jump as well, which we'll explore later. I can then change it to curved. And the points at which you can then drag vary depending if it's curved, right angled or straight. So I can make more curvature. I can click on this connector, I can go back to the Connectors button, and I can make this one a straight one, or put it back to right angle. And if it's right angle, I can then adjust it accordingly.